All right, are you thinking about buying land near Taylor? Well, here's the deal. It can be an incredible opportunity, but it can also be a terrible mistake. The difference has nothing to do with price. It has everything to do with whether or not it's the right fit for you. And I'd rather you figure this out sooner rather than later. So if you're unsure whether land or a large lot property is the right move, let's talk through it. Give me a call or text at 512-269-7907, and let's just chat about some of the options before you make the jump or dive in feet first. So let's talk about who should buy land near Taylor, Texas, and who probably shouldn't. Because land, you got to remember, is completely different and is a very different decision than buying a house in a neighborhood. Okay? Deciding on which HOA to go with versus how to maintain your exemption, very different conversations. So here, let's take a look at the reality check. So we're still in early 2026, right? We moved into Q2 with growth expanding around Taylor, Thrall, Hutto, all over eastern Williamson County. More buyers are looking at acreage, ranchettes, large lot properties as both a lifestyle move and a long-term investment. We're having folks from more urban areas moving out to the country. We also have folks from out of state coming in here to Texas. But land only works well when it matches your goals, your patience, and your expectations. Okay? The wrong buyer can end up frustrated by utilities, access, timelines, maintenance, and development uncertainty. All right? So let's break some of this down. Lifestyle alignment matters. If your dream is space, privacy, fewer restrictions, and room to build over time, land may be exactly the right fit. That checks all the boxes, right? But if you want convenience, a quick move in, walkability, finished neighborhoods, everything ready on day one, land can feel like a big burden, and it can feel like a burden fast. Buying land only makes sense when the lifestyle actually fits how you want to live. And I also encourage you to talk to some other people who are living that lifestyle currently, because having chickens and goats may sound like it's fun, but when they're constantly getting out of the fence, it's different. So just make sure you talk to people before you make that jump. Time, patience, and mindset matter more than excitement, right? A lot of people love the idea of land, but not the process that comes with it. It could possibly include wells, utilities, septic, access permitting, surveys, and then of course there's the build timeline. Now, some people are ready for the long haul because they know it's a long-term investment, and I absolutely love that. But if you need something easy, immediate, and predictable, raw land or even semi-improved land may not be the best move for you, and that's okay. Land isn't passive. This is one of the biggest misconceptions that I see. Land ownership sounds simple, but it still requires decisions and oversight, all right? You may be dealing with mowing, fencing, drainage, taxes, easements, cleanup, or holding costs while you wait for the right time to build or sell. So think about that. If you're wanting to hold on to it as an investment, you're still going to have to maintain these things while you're waiting to either build on it or sell it in the future for some ROI. Land can absolutely be a smart asset, but it's not always a hands-off asset. Okay, so think about that. The best buyers usually fit into one of a few clear profiles. The people who tend to do well with land near Taylor are buyers who want a long-term home site, people looking for space and flexibility, investors who understand growth corridors. Takes a little patience, but there's definitely some opportunity there. Are families who are thinking generationally, right? So they know what they're buying, they can tolerate some uncertainty, and they're not expecting the property to behave like a finished suburban home purchase. Very, very different. Sometimes the smartest move is saying no, or maybe not yet. Not every buyer should buy land right now, and that's okay. If you're unclear on your timeline, are you possibly unclear on your budgets for improvements or the actual use of the property? You're not quite certain yet. Forcing the deal usually leads to regret. Sometimes the better move is waiting, buying a large lot home instead. looking at something that's maybe sitting on 3/4 of an acre or an acre plus, or choosing a property with more infrastructure already in place. Honest guidance matters more than just pushing the sale of something large to check your boxes. Okay, so here's why saying no sometimes is the best option. A big part of my job is helping people avoid the wrong purchase, not just helping them make the purchase. If land is right for you, I will help you find that perfect fit, or at least the one that checks as many boxes as possible. But if it's not the right fit, or if it looks like the project is going to be too much, we'll have that conversation too. The goal is not just to help you buy a property. The goal is to help you buy the right property for your life, your lifestyle, your goals, your timeline, and most of all, your comfort level. I will say I have folks reach out every week that are asking questions. They have goals about owning land out in the country, but they're just not quite sure where that fits into their timeline. So we have conversations all the time as to whether or not land or a large property purchase is the right move. So if you're one of those folks, let's talk through it. Call or text at 512-269-7907, or you can reach out through the links in the description. I'm always happy to help.